Elevation tags in Revit may be one of the trickier elements to make modifications to in the software. To do this, you need to come underneath the project browser, open up the families category, expand out annotation symbols. Then from underneath here, we need to find the elevation mark body square. And the reason why I'm picking mark body square is if I zoom in here, we can see that this one is a square body. It's going to be considered the elevation mark body. Now, this point that we have here, I usually will call it the arrow at the end of the elevation tag. It's actually the elevation mark pointer that we're looking at here at the end. And because it's on the end of something that's square, that's the reason why it's named pointer square. Now, if I want to make a change to the elevation mark body, this is what you need to do. Begin by highlighting on the word elevation mark body square, right-click, and select on Edit. From here, it'll take you into the family editor. And what we're really looking at here is the inside of a family as well as 4 individual families that are surrounding it. The reasoning behind this is that each of these arrows are their own family. And if you select on that, you can then go up to the Edit Family button. And from here, you can zoom in and you can select on the individual line work. You can adjust the filled region by selecting on it. And then by pulling this up or down or just using your normal drafting tools and techniques, you can redraw the way that each of these arrows look. Also, reference, view name, and one. Each one of these is its own individual label. They get their properties by coming up here to Edit Label after selecting on one of them. And then this is the information that's going to get generated inside of the project. If you want to change that, highlight the appropriate thing. In this case, just for an example, I'm going to highlight on sheet number and then click on the green arrow. And now you can see that sheet number displays over here. If I want to get rid of detail number so it does not show up in the tag, highlight there, click on the red arrow, and now it's only sheet number that would show up if I would click on OK. In this case, though, I like detail number. I don't want to apply this. So ultimately, I'm going to click on Cancel. If I had clicked on OK, though, then it would keep sheet number as the information that would be here right in the center of the arrow. But I'm going to click on Cancel with that. Once you get it set up the way that you like it, you would come up to Load in the project and then pick off of the list where do you want to load this into. In this case, you'd want to load it into the elevation mark body and then click on OK. If it asks you, do you want to overwrite the information, just tell it yes. In this case, I didn't make any changes, so it didn't allow me to have that dialog box. Once you're back in here, I want to point out that you can also modify this box that goes around the perimeter. By default, you might think, well, I can't highlight on it. How do I make a change to it? Well, what you need to do is move your cursor over the edge of where you know this box right here is at, and then hit the Tab key on your keyboard until the entire thing highlights. In this case, it'll say chain of walls or lines. When you do, then this will highlight, and from here, you can click on it. You can pull this back, you can pull it forward, you can do what you need to in order to change that shape. If you change the shape of the individual arrows, when you loaded it back into your project, that change would now show up here inside of your family editor. One last thing I wanted to point out is this A101. It too is a label, just like this information was a label inside of this triangular shape. So if I select on Edit Label here, get the exact same dialog box and you can put whatever information that you need so that it presents appropriately when it comes time to load this back into your project environment. After you've made those changes, you click on OK. And then finally, to load it into your project and have those changes update inside of the project environment, you would move up here and select on Load in the project. When you do that, it'll load it directly into your project or directly into your template, updating it, and then it'll be available on all the different sheets in your project, wherever you want to place it in your project. Or it'll be available in your template, so those changes will then propagate to all your future projects.